Vesselin Kourtev is an internationally acclaimed artist whose paintings have been exhibited in major cities around the world, including New York, Berlin, Antwerp, Geneva, and Prague. Kourtev was born in Bulgaria, a country with a rich cultural and historical heritage that has greatly influenced his artistic style. He attended the Fine Arts School in Kazanluk and later received his Master of Fine Arts degree from the University of Veliko Tarnovo, both in Bulgaria. After graduating, he worked at the National School of Stage and Film Design in Plovdiv, Bulgaria, from 1989 to 2002. During this time, he actively participated in the artistic life of his country and took part in numerous exhibitions and competitions. In 2002, Vesselin moved to the United States and settled in New Brunswick, New Jersey, with his family. He opened Alfa Art Gallery in 2007, where he continues to promote young artists by helping them gain recognition in their community and abroad. He also teaches the History of Art course at the International Art Lab in New Brunswick every year. Vesselin Kourtev's paintings are filled with mysterious associations that are allegorical and whimsical. His art is influenced by Roman architecture and Byzantine mosaics, yet resembles the abstraction of contemporary art. He is interested in raising awareness of environmental issues and climate change, which is often reflected in his artwork. His use of oil and watercolor allow him to design illusionistic backgrounds to create his narrative themes. He uses light and pastel tones to saturate each work as he creates abstract, dreamlike backgrounds that allow carefully drawn figures to stand out in sharp, contrast detail. The coordination of these elements is ultimately representative of fleeting emotions and moods we experience in reaction to the environment around us, which are then manifested through the interaction of figures, recurrent symbols, and landscapes present in his work. His subject matter often revolves around human relationships and interaction, both on a global and personal level. His figures are portrayed in an abstract, almost fictional environment, and their faces convey the message through their state and reserved gestures. In his paintings, Kourtev's strength as an artist lies in his talent for color. He uses a wonderful choice of color, vital and alive, throughout the whole color spectrum. In most cases, the faces are unobtrusive, showing through the background like sheer contours. Vesselin Kourtev's works have been a part of 44 solo and 21 group exhibitions in Bulgaria, the US, Czech Republic, Greece, the Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, and many other countries. His paintings have inspired many to study his work, sparking conversation into the pieces.
Personally, and many others, this gallery and space has become part and parcel of the New Brunswick community. These events bring people together, allowing us to share ideas and thoughts. It is an alternative space for students, members of the community, and visitors to simply enjoy themselves.
Vesselin has been a wonderful inspiration. His artwork is fantastic, and he's got a green approach, something that a lot of the artists here think about and are aware of.
When I stand before Vesselin's paintings, I feel as if I am being taken away to this far-off, fantastic world. It is as if we see Vesselin's dreams before our eyes. His combination of color and line creates a rhythmic beauty that one cannot deny. The exhibition is the product of the time and energy on Vesselin's part, working in the back studio to create what you see before you today.
My name is John Hawaka, and I am an artist at the Alfa Gallery for the past year and a half now. And I've been there, as I said, for over a year. I met Vesselin for the first time. He was hanging paintings for a show. I walked in and he shook my hand, and that was the last time we ever shook hands over the year that I've been there, because Vesselin believes in hugs, and now so do I. Even though we can't speak each other's language, I think our paintings speak for us.
Vesselin, just being surrounded by his art all the time is nothing. It's inspiring, to say the least.
Even in a smoky, bright, and burning ether, human beings cling to each other. Whether this cling is for love, salvation, or regret is a more difficult question. When I look at Kourtev's Scorching Earth, I can't help but see an overlap of the human and the inhumane in politics. Postulating a connection to scorched earth policy, the couple pictured enveloping each other neither appear as fighters nor survivors, almost overwhelmingly civilian in the slight curve of their backs and soft fleshy faces. Kourtev's purple and blue background seeps into the fore slowly, stretching over the figures' bodies, even covering parts of their faces. And despite this overtake of autonomy, they remain stable, their bodies creating a pyramidal structure and embracing each other. What is an incredible standout is how this scorching fire travels. Though the title reads Earth, the body scorches well, as seen in the fire that travels upward between the couple, filling the gaps in which their bodies meet, as if human beings and nature are inextricably linked. If man ruins nature, nature must also ruin man. This piece appears to have no earthly setting. Understanding the abstraction of the heart, the centered couple floats in a misty pink meadow, surrounded by figures whose heads blend into the otherworldly realm created by Kourtev. These figures frame the couple, looking down towards them as if from heaven, as both the man and woman stare past the viewers in an act of contemplation, or perhaps in a moment of remembrance. Perhaps Kourtev's heart song is not a tune. These figures frame the couple, looking down towards them as if from heaven, as both the man and woman stare past the viewers in an act of contemplation, or perhaps in a moment of remembrance. Perhaps Kourtev's heart song is not a tune, but a memory for the earthbound, and the act of protecting for those who look down. Though the night may be quiet, its light appears overwhelming and powerful in this piece. Two figures appear in the nude, enamored by the moon and attempting to grasp it. To watch people in the bare reaching out to take control of nature, own it, or be touched by it, is to watch the creation of human synonymy with nature. Light from the moon casts a bright, sun-like beam which cloaks the human figures and their surroundings, where the rest of the composition is in a purple shadow. The scene almost appears as a moment of enlightenment, both in Kourtev's use of light and in the open-mouthed facial expressions of the figures. Perhaps the awe of establishing this intrinsic metaphysical connection warrants the quietness of this night. Kourtev makes a habit of giving us the bare bones of dialogue and accompanying it with complex forms, colors, and compositions. When I look at this piece, I need to question control. Two figures are placed in a violent diagonal across Kourtev's canvas, the shadows of each of their faces emphasized. A woman's highly arched brow meets a man's hand which casts a shadow over his heart as he looks up to her. If we shift this piece, turn it on its side, it becomes clear that she holds the power in the scene. Instead, the figures enraptured in each other's dialogue are about to be consumed by a mass of color in varying strokes that appears as a wave. This wave does not appear to be of water, but of all the emotional elements of relationships and secret keeping and anger building. When it comes to conflict in bonds, is there really such a thing as rationale or control? What happens when this wave crashes, when Kourtev's imagining of "to tell you" has been told?